With my duties in Helnum concluded, I now turn my eyes westward, back to old Ebonheart. The Nine have placed a greater task upon my shoulders than the slaying of outlaws or the cleansing of tombs. If I am ever to reform the Dustmoth Legion into the proud force that Talos intended, I must first earn the trust and respect of the other Legion commanders. The work ahead will not be swift, nor will it be simple. Discipline and faith must be restored step by step. But if Talos has seen fit to place this burden upon me, then I will not falter. The Legion must be reforged into a weapon worthy of the Empire. For without it, the Nine's order cannot endure in these hostile lands. Tiberius Imbrex, humble servant of the Nine.
Hello, and welcome back to some more Tamriel Rebuilt with Tiberius Imbrex. Today we leave the great little imperial town of Helnum and head back towards old Ebonheart. I have Tiger with us, who is filled to the brim, and so are we, but we should be able to at least leave the area. So we're going to head to Darvonis, and then we should be able to get to old Ebonheart from here. Yes, nice. I'm hoping old Ebonheart has shops with a lot of gold, because it's kind of getting ridiculous. We don't really have anywhere to put stuff besides on Tiger, and Tiger is full up. And so are we. So I'm going to, I'm going to run around, sell stuff, and then I will bring you back when we arrive at our actual quest destination today, because we are returning to old Ebonheart, not as just a member of the Fighters Guild or the Imperial Cult, but as a member of the Legion, which also means I need to switch out my armor. Give me a moment here. All right, so I pretty much pawned off all the stuff I could stomach. The merchants here don't have a lot of money, and so I was selling like ebony katanas that are worth 15 grand for like 1,000, and it was making me sick. So, you know, I did what I could. This is the armor we're going to roll with. This is Imperial Dragon Scale. The only thing we don't have for some reason is the greaves, but I just put on ebony greaves. Kind of looks funky, which is funny because the weirdest part are the boots that kind of have that blue Legion trim on them. I don't know why it looks that way. Kind of a weird mishmash of armor just with the regular set, but it's cool. I also went ahead and bought the shield of the Mad Husa's Gaze from the Red Guard shop in town. Looks pretty cool. I figured we're going to use a shield anyways, so. Plus I was just kind of looking for stuff to buy. Let's head to the Legion headquarters, because I think someone here will have jobs for us. Welcome to the headquarters of the Imperial Legion, Tiberius Imbrex. I am Rosia Valo, gatekeeper of the Legion headquarters. Orders. Talk to Ulver Steelskin or Caecalia Victrix. Okay, where's he? He's the Knight of the Imperial Dragon here in old Ebonheart. He should probably be somewhere nearby. What about Caecalia? She's the Lord General, the highest ranking Legion officer in the province of Morrowind, answerable only to the King and the Emperor. She can be found in the strategy room upstairs. Okay. So there are two commanders we can report to. Oh, is this him? Yeah. He's got a Nord name, so this had to be him. Let's mark here. You're out of uniform. Talk to me when you're serious. Aw, man, come on. The Imperial Dragon Scale should count as a uniform. That's dumb. And there you go. It's all nice and fixed. Just had to install a mod really quick so we could wear this as a Legionnaire. All right. Tell me about yourself. Yes, it is me. What do you want? I'm Ulver Steelskin, the second in command after Caecalia Victrix here at the Ebon Tower. Knight of the Imperial Dragon. It has a nice ring to it, doesn't it? Yes. Do you have any orders for me? I don't have any orders for you, champion. Check with Captain Marusha at the gates of old Ebonheart. When you're a knight errant of the legions, you can check back with me. Oh, okay. Captain? Captain Marusha handles the day-to-day orders of the Imperial Legion in old Ebonheart. She is currently stationed in the Imperial Guard command post. You can find it near the eastern gate tower at the south end of town. Oh. Okay. All right. I figured we had to come here. Well, now we know. We can just head over to the Legion sort of garrison by the gate. I assume it's this, right? Customs, no. It's over here. Imperial Guard Command Post, yes.
The Nine and the Empire.
It's a Khajiit. I've seen everything. I don't know if I've ever seen a Khajiit in the Legion. It's kind of badass. Welcome, champion. Are you here for orders? That I am. Welcome to Old Ebonheart, champion. Your first order is to settle a merchant dispute. Actually, tell me about yourself. My name's Marisha. I'm the Legion officer on the walls of Old Ebonheart. The city may be a bustling hub of trade, but believe me, I'm aware of every person who goes through the gates. Yes, it is me. What can I do for you? Alright, merchant dispute. As you might be aware, most of what we do here is policing the city. Occasionally, there's a dispute that requires us to intervene, such as the one between two merchants at the plaza. I've got a report that there's a disagreement over who has the choice of location to sell their goods next to the fountain. Find out what's going on there and stop them from causing such a disturbance. If things get violent, try and get them to surrender if at all possible. Okay. Maybe it's you two. Finally, perhaps you can settle this little merchant dispute and get this hooligan out of my rightful area. Ulrich refuses to move despite seeing my paper. The treasurer himself gave me the rights to this spot. The perfect location right at the front of the fountain. Please remove this ruffian at once. I need to gather more information to decide. Make up your mind quickly. I'm losing thousands of potential sales. Are you though? There's not that many people in here. Are you here to settle the merchant dispute? This Vols guy is scaring off all my sales. Vols claims to have a piece of paper saying he gets my spot, but I've never seen anything like it before. I've been here all day. That's the way we've always done it. I need to gather more information to decide.
For King and Emperor.
Merchant dispute. Check with Marsh and Illyrian and Old Ebonheart. They should have some documentation on law procedures. Okay, so I think that's the Barristers Guild?
I'm so hungry.
That we went into before.
All right, I'm listening.
Merchant dispute. Reserving an area of land designated for a merchant and merchant-like activities falls directly under the jurisdiction of the Duke himself. If someone is claiming the treasurer gave them the spot, they're either lying or stupid, or both. Okay. There you go. My only other guess was to maybe head up to the Ebon Tower and ask around, but...
Annoying outlanders.
Ulrich refuses to move despite seeing my paper. Okay. According to Imperial law, the treasurer can't give land rights. Your note means nothing. Really? I swear, when he was the one in charge, my mistake. I must have contacted the wrong authority on the matter when obtaining this note. I bid thee farewell. Finally, I can make my living in peace. You can arrest him? Glad to help. Farewell. How would you arrest him? I'm glad to hear you settled it non-violently. Here's your pay. Speak to me again when you're ready for more orders. Your next order is to guard an important gate in the sewers. It's not a glamorous position, but if you signed up for glamour, you're in the wrong province. Can we advance? Talk to Ulver Steelskin about it. Okay. Maybe we can advance then. Gate in the sewers. The treasure chamber of the Ebon Tower Palace is attracting thieves from every corner of this city, especially the sewer entrance. One of our officers is weak with fever, and we can't allow the gate to be lightly guarded. I need you to take this post for the rest of the day. I can't get you vetted for the vault patrol route on such short notice, so get down there from Arcae's Tower along the western walls. The priest will surely let you through the Undercroft mortuary. Take this key with you. It opens most gates on the upper level of the sewers. Arcae's Tower. Arcae's Tower. Gate in the sewers. Didn't I already give you the key? I don't remember it being returned. Fine, you can have a spare. Just be sure not to touch anything down there. Oh, made her hate us. Probably already had the key here. Don't really need it, but sure. We're actually a member of the Imperial cult, so I doubt they care. So, which direction do we go, cat lady? You didn't really tell me. So I'll just pick a random one. I think we've read that note before. And I just bought these boots. Now we're walking around in piss water. What is this? Treasure chamber. Okay, is this where we want to go? No. Okay, so we don't want to go that way because we instantly die. Is this the guy we're looking for? Welcome to our post, champion. Now that you're here, I can't stand the squeaks of these damned rats. I believe we have an infestation somewhere on the northwestern corridor. Can you take care of it? Northwestern corridor. The way I just came from? Okay. Sure. I didn't see any rats, but there are some rats. They must be squeaking pretty loud for him to hear them all the way over here. Vault door. I kind of want to go in there. Okay, that was easy enough. 2 rats. I think we can handle that. All right, they're dead. Thank you for taking care of the rats, champion. I also need you to check a recently damaged area west of our post. It's not likely that anyone would try to penetrate into the vault from there, but we ought to be careful. West of our post. Sure. Oh. Who the heck are you? You notice a woman with a shocked look on her face standing a few feet from you. Who goes there? Why do you care? It's none of your business. You should go home. Nothing good awaits you here. I see we're not on the same page. It's a pity that only one of us can leave the scene. You chose the wrong Bosmer to mess with. Dang, you're attacking a member of the Legion? Could've just walked away, lady. Stop, I surrender. Take her to jail. One day I'll get out. You can be sure of that. It's nice to have some company down here, champion, don't you think? I've encountered a thief on my way back. What should I do now? I'm sure you managed to get rid of the scoundrel. Report to Captain Marusha on the situation. She'll tell you what to do next, okay? Do I need to come back here? Because this was kind of a long walk. Oh, let's pray we don't. Your post was at the gate in the sewers. Good job, champion. Here's your pay for the day. You don't need to go back to the post, as I've got some more pressing orders for you. Champion, we have an ongoing hostage situation in town. Go to Quintos Moore's house, on the street that goes through the eastern part of the city. The officers stationed there will tell you more. Oh boy. All right, I think his house is somewhere down here, based off what she said. I can see a couple Legion guards right there. Hello?
Do you need something?
It's good to see you here, Tiberius Imbrex. We could use some help to solve this hostage situation. Quintos Moore has taken his wife hostage, accusing her of infidelity. Apparently, she's been seeing a courier, and Moore wants his head for the affair. The story is most likely nonsense, but we can't let him murder his wife. Yes, that would be bad if he murdered his wife. We have the brightest minds in the Imperial Legion. All right. The door is barricaded from the inside. What do you want to do? Nothing? Try to kick the door down, or introduce yourself as the courier. Kick the damn door down.
Hardly a match for me.
No, you better not kill your wife. Kill me. It's okay, miss. I have saved the day. Thank you for saving me, Tiberius Imbrex. You might be wondering how my quarrel with Quintos turned into a hostage situation. I don't know how to thank you. Well, at least you deserve an explanation. A week before Quintos flew into his mad rage, a courier came to our house, bringing bad news of our business. He brought me flowers as consolation, and I've accepted them. All the neighbors saw was a man giving me flowers while my husband was away. We've been through rough times with Quintos, but I never thought he would turn against me for such a small slight. Yeah, murder seems a little extreme. For getting flowers. Report to Captain Marusha on the hostage situation. We'll take it from here. You got it, boss. Report on the hostage situation, champion. I'm relieved to hear that you've managed to save the poor wife. Here's your pay for a job well done. I have no more orders for you. You should check with Rojana Jades over at Fort Ankylos or Service Capris in Helnim for orders. You might also go to Firewatch, and when you're ready, you can talk to Ulver Steelskin here in Old Ebonheart. So what rank are we? We are a champion, and we need to become a knight errant. Were these orders enough to make us a knight errant? That is the question. Advancement. You're a good soldier, Tiberius Imbrex. I'm proud to give you the rank of knight errant. And this cuirass and greaves. Ah, yeah. Imperial Templar armor. put that on right away. Looks pretty freaking badass to me. All right. I am here for orders, my good man. Have you heard about General Casik? No? I'm not surprised. You haven't been here for too long. He was once a high-ranking officer of the Imperial Legion before he was imprisoned for treason a few decades ago. Since then, he's been pestering various officials with his pleas of innocence. It's immensely annoying. Can you put an end to it? I can try to. Wonderful. See Belisatha Mead about Casik's case. She's somewhere in the central offices of the Curia. I don't really care about the outcome for Casik, and I'm sure neither does she. Do what you feel is right. Good luck, Knight Errant. What is the Curia? Am I supposed to know what the Curia is? Okay, Curia. Top floor. There you go. Oh, I guess it's the Hall of Justice. Okay. So we are looking for Belisatha Mead, which is a very, very imperial name. The provincial ministers, including the Minister of Justice, Belisatha Mead, and the Minister of Treasury, Parandil, have their offices in the Curia building. Yes. I figured they did. Treasury Vault. Offices West, I guess. I mean, we're not really getting any good directions. Redoran Affairs. No. We don't care about the Redoran. Hlalu Affairs. That's even worse. Drez Affairs. Telvanni Affairs. Ministry of Justice. This is what we're looking for, right? Is it you? Oh, hello there, Imperial. I'm terribly sorry, but I don't have much time to entertain visitors. I have so many pressing matters to deal with, as you can see from this mountain of paperwork. Every Imperial citizen in Old Ebonheart has a complaint to file, apparently. Is there something specific you needed? Yes. I was told to inquire about Casik. Yes, General Casik. Haven't you heard of him? He was the Imperial commander here 30 years ago, and by all accounts, he served honorably at his post. But he was accused of plotting treason and was thrown into prison, where he's remained to this day. He claims he was being impersonated by a Daedric doppelganger. Say, how good are you at ferreting out the truth? I know how to ask the right questions. Do I? Really? Then how about helping me clear up this case? Go down to the dungeons in the Legion headquarters and talk to General Casik. See if you can get him to drop his appeal so I can turn my attention to other cases. Here, you'll need this note for the jailer. Tell Gaulius that you have permission from me to talk to Casik. Once you've convinced the general to drop the appeal, come report back to me. I'd be very grateful. Okay. What if I want to help him? Yet another letter came in from General Casik today. I have to read all of them, and every missive reads the same. I'm innocent of these charges, you must believe me, etc., etc., etc. I think I'm going slightly mad myself, having to read the same letter every single day. These all from him? No, but that would be really funny. There's a spell to be learned from this book, Interrogating Dunmer. Kinda want to read that book. Didn't know there was a specific method to torturing Dunmer. It's kind of messed up. All right, so let's head back to the Legion headquarters then. And head to the dungeons, which should be this way.
Your bidding, knight?
Yes.
Serve the Emperor.
Yes, is there something I can help you with, Knight Errant? This is a restricted area, and no one is allowed into the dungeons without proper authorization. I've come to see a prisoner of yours, General Casik. I have this note from the Minister of Justice. Ah, of course, Knight Errant. You'll find General Casik in the first cell on the left. I want to talk to the other prisoners in here and see what's going on.
Serve the Emperor and the Emperor's law.
Ooh. It's dark. These are pretty terrible cells. So it's this one?
Excuse me. Did you say something?
Casik's plea. It is an unfinished letter, one of many. It is a mess of childlike, scribbled handwriting. Parts of the text have been struck out and made illegible by spilt ink. The writer clearly had trouble putting his thoughts into words. There are pleas directed at the Emperor, the Elder Council, the King, and the Nine Divines. A phrase recurs over and over like a refrain. I am not a traitor. I am not a traitor. I am not a traitor. I actually feel really bad. It seems like this guy's kind of lost his mind. 30 years in prison will do that. I can't believe it! A visitor after so long. Has the Minister of Justice finally listened? Has she agreed to hear my case? She has sent me to ask you to drop your plea. I'm not guilty. You must tell the minister I am innocent. I was framed, impersonated by a Daedric doppelganger. They claimed that I was going to lead my army into a Black Marsh ambush, but it was the Daedra, not me. Tell me, Imperial, do you have the gift of persuasive speech? If you could help me present my case, I could seek redress for these false accusations. Will you help me? Will you prove my innocence? You're appealing to Tiberius on a deep level. I will help you, but I need more information. Yes, I thought as... Wait, you said you'd help me? Praise the Nine. I'd come to think that no one would be willing to bend an ear and help me find redemption. I'll gladly tell you everything that happened, Imperial, and then you can go and convince the Minister of Justice to release me. Tell me, what is the name of my savior, Tiberius Victrix? Well, Tiberius Victrix, I'll tell you everything I know. Perhaps the minister will listen to your intercession on my behalf. 30 years ago, I was not the man you see here in this prison cell. I was then commander of the Imperial Legion here in Old Ebonheart, loved by my men, happily married, with a bright hope for the future, but then I was undone. I was impersonated by a Daedric doppelganger. In my guise, he drafted plans to sow chaos between Morrowind and Blackmarsh. He intended to lead my men into an ambush of Argonians, spark a border war, and inflame Eastern Tamriel in war. How did you uncover the deception? My duties at headquarters kept me busy at all hours of the day, and it was my custom to return home late. One evening, as my work was done, I had no excuse to linger. I returned home and went to my study. What I saw there chilled me to my core. A man who appeared to be my double was sitting at my desk, writing. As I stepped forward, he calmly capped the inkwell, then looked up at me and gave an echoing laugh. It was a Daedra, I'm sure of it. What did you do then? Why was it your habit to return home so late? How did you know it was a Daedra? What did you do then? I called out and challenged, and the figure vanished as if made of smoke. I searched the grounds of my home and questioned my servants, but no one had seen anything out of the ordinary. Why was it your habit to return home so late? Well, I don't see the harm of telling you. My wife and I were not on the best of terms. I had developed a habit of staying late at my quarters in the garrison. We were civil to each other, but we had grown apart. I see, that must have been painful for you. That's all in the past. Now I need you to prove my innocence so I can win my freedom from this prison. How do you know it was a Daedra? When it spoke to me, I swear I could see its eyes flash red. I suppose it could have been a spirit of some kind, or a mage who disguised himself as me. Perhaps in a manner akin to Jagar Tharn's deception. Perhaps you can uncover the truth, Tiberius Victrix. I have no further questions now, but perhaps I will have more later. Thank you, my deliverer. Perhaps you can speak to my wife, Narasa Varan, or my former aide, Caecalia Victrix, now Lord General of the Imperial Legion. I'm surprised he knows that. I'm sure they can tell you more to prove my innocence. My wife should be in the castle somewhere. And as for Caecalia, she is upstairs in the Legion headquarters. When you have gathered your evidence, please plead my case to Belisatha Mead. Tell me about your wife. Although the affection Narasa and I once shared is all but dead now, my conscience still racks me over how her reputation has been damaged. Being the wife of a disgraced former general isn't easy to live down. She's a good woman, and she does not deserve what's happened to her. What about Caecalia? Caecalia was my aide back when I held her current post. I trusted her implicitly and was bewildered when she accused me of treason. I don't bear her malice for her accusations, and there's no one better suited for her position, but if she had only listened to me, if only she had been less unyielding, she knew me better than anyone else, even my wife, and she still chose to believe that I was capable of treachery. Ooh, he's got a little secret for us. I have no secrets, except, no. Any that I might have once have shriveled up and blown away in the wind. Also, I like how there's like bones in his cell. Are those, or like an orc skull? Is that like someone he ate? Why is there an orc skull in here? Okay, let's go talk to the Legion commander, see what she has to say. I am Caecalia Victrix, Lord General of the Imperial Legion. What is it you want with me, knight errant? Tell me about yourself. I command His Majesty's legions here in Morrowind. Badass. Okay, tell me about General Casik. I served under General Casik 30 years ago as the general's personal aide. He was a traitor, yes, but his plan did not come to fruition, and I do not wish to see him die. He was once a man of honor, and I honor the memory of the officer he once was. I gave my evidence against him, and because of my testimony, he has been incarcerated in the lower dungeons for the last 3 decades. What was the evidence? He spoke to me personally to join him in his treason. He tried to buy my honor with gold, but I refused to join in his machinations and reported him to the king. So what treachery did he propose? We were to disguise ourselves and our men as Dunmer, lead a detachment of Imperial troops into Blackmarsh, and attack the village on the other side of the border, instigating a war between the Dark Elves and the Argonians. Not long afterwards, one of our agents reported that a squad of Blackmarsh warriors had been lying in wait for a purported Dark Elf incursion. Had we attacked, we would have blundered unawares into an ambush. When I reported General Casik's plot and bribery attempt, he was imprisoned. If he really committed treachery, why wasn't he executed? It was my word against his. We were both highly respected officers, but General Casik had an excellent reputation as being above reproach. He claimed we never had the conversation and couldn't explain why I would make such an outrageous charge. But I had a witness. Another officer was with me who saw me speaking with the general, but didn't overhear what we were saying. Surely there was more evidence. What else do you know? Who was the other officer? I kind of want her to like us more. I know she likes us a lot, but I want her to be maxed. Fair enough. Had the general's plan succeeded, it would have meant the deaths of our men. He was a good man once and honorable, and for his sake I did not press for the death penalty, but his actions were indefensible. Fortunately, his plan was never carried out. Now, if you excuse me, I have other matters to attend to. No, more questions. Surely there was more evidence. What else do you know? No, there's nothing further to add. Lord General, perhaps there is something you've overlooked, no matter how minor. I hesitate to impugn the general's reputation further. Still, there is one other thing. Casik had acquired property in Nibene in the Imperial Province, and I once briefly saw a land deed for holdings in the Nibene Basin among his papers. I suspect that this was his reward for taking part in the scheme. And where is this land deed now? I do not know. Perhaps his wife, Narasa Varon, might know. Another question, if you please. Who was the other officer? Rumus Stanicus. After Casik's imprisonment, Rumus left the Legion and became Narasa Varon's protector. Okay. Now we're getting into some shady stuff. It is rare to see Narasa without Rumus being somewhere nearby. An honorable choice, if somewhat unorthodox, and I respect his decision. So he framed the good general to bang his wife, or at least try to. I see. If I have further questions, I will return. Tell me about Casik being a man of honor. Yes, General Casik had always possessed a strong sense of honor and justice. It was with a heavy heart that I accused him of treason. His plan to instigate a border war between Morrowind and Blackmarsh seemed completely out of character and irrational. So too were the rumors of his having a woman on the side. Well, just between you and me, Knight Errant, the rumors were true of the general. He had a mistress, an Argonian, if you can believe it. Ooh, a lusty Argonian? In fact, the entire night before he was arrested, he was with her. I never knew her name, but I believe she left the city not long after General Casik was arrested. I heard she returned to Blackmarsh, but I'm not certain. I suspect she played a part in his treasonous plot. Okay, tell me about Narasa. It is unfortunate what has happened to her. First with Casik, and then with her association with the dissident priests. She and I were never close. I believe she felt jealous of the time Casik spent with me, though his relationship with me was strictly that of a superior officer's. Sure. About Rumus. Stanicus was a good officer. I respect his decision to leave the Legion, but I think it was a rather rash one. I am certainly under no compunctions of guilt for doing my duty. Yeah.
What say you?
This is all a little too convenient, isn't it, Solius Zentarion? Alright, let's go find Narasa. She is somewhere in the castle, I think. Or the Great Hall here.
Where did I put that?
Narasa. If you're looking for the Minister of Temple Affairs, check in the Curia offices. Her office is in the Western Ring. Okay.
May I help?
So we need to head back to the Curia over here. And we need to head to the East Wing on this side. Temple Affairs. You did it, didn't you? You framed the good general.
What is this
Oh, it's a dark elf. I guess that makes sense. He's married to a dark elf, huh? For some reason, I thought her name kind of sounded a little imperial to me, but maybe not. Hello there, Imperial. How may I be of assistance? Is this regarding the temple? I am Narasa Varan, Minister of Temple Affairs. I serve as a liaison between the Imperial government and the temple, but I haven't been able to attend my duties recently. My theological views are not accepted in all quarters. My husband, General Casik, is the former commander of the Legion forces here in Old Ebonheart. I know quite a bit about temple affairs if you have questions. Perhaps. Casik? You're wasting your time. Casik claims that he is innocent, but I know that he is not. The night before he was arrested, he told me himself that he was guilty of his treasonous plot and that he made up the story about the Daedric doppelganger. I see. If that is the case, your husband deserves to die for his crimes. Or, he told you this the night before he was arrested? What if it was the Daedra who said this? I know my husband. It was his voice that confessed his guilt. His eyes that could not meet mine. We should make her like us more just in case she's withholding some information. Oh, there you go. Perhaps you are right, Imperial. For 3 decades, I have been certain that my husband committed this act of treason. If it really was a Daedric impersonator, then I have done my husband a great injustice. He was always a man of honor. I wish I knew what to believe. There you go. That's why you bribe people. Tell me about Caecalia. My husband spent too much time with the now Lord General. Victrix showed no loyalty whatsoever to her commander. Rather than attempt to listen to Casik's story, she had him thrown in prison. Such commendable fidelity on the Lord General's part. Okay. What about your bodyguard, Rumus? Rumus is a tireless protector. After Casik was arrested and imprisoned, Rumus resigned his commission and devoted himself to serving as my bodyguard of sorts. He is one of the only true friends I have left. Property in Nibene. I don't believe this. You were right, Tiberius Imbrex. My husband did have a land deed for holdings in the Nibben Valley. How strange. Look, it's signed in his hand. I have half a mind to travel there to see the land myself. Can I go there? I would love to go to Cyrodiil. May I keep the land deed as evidence? Yes, it's the strangest thing, this land deed. I cannot imagine where my husband got it. Well, okay, Tiberius Imbrex, I trust you enough. You may present the deed as evidence. Okay. Dang, dude, this is a cool freaking quest. I see you, Imperial. Are you here to see Narasa? I already saw her. I am Rumus Stanicus. Once I was a member of the Imperial Legion, but now I serve as Narasa Varan's bodyguard. I know what it looks like, Imperial, but there's nothing going on between me and Narasa. It's just that I can't help feeling a little responsible for what happened to her after her husband was arrested. I do what I can to make her life a little easier. Okay. I'm just here in case Narasa requires my assistance, but things have been quiet recently. The temple is being unreasonable and isn't allowing Narasa to do her job. What do you think about the good general? I always respected General Casik, but after what he allegedly did, I decided to leave the Legion. I felt responsible in some way for what happened to him, so I've been looking out for Narasa ever since. Were you a witness to General Casik's treason? Did you give a testimony against him? I was there when Casik talked to Victrix. She later told me that the general asked her to join in on a raid against Blackmarsh, but I didn't overhear their conversation. She is an exemplary officer and a fine leader. So we talked to Caecalia, we talked to the wife. Was there someone else we needed to talk to? All right, before we go and turn everything in, let's head to the Legion quarters and talk to Casik one last time, just in case he has anything to say about like the land deed and having a lover and all this other stuff. I don't know, maybe he is guilty. Look at those Daedric symbols on his face. Maybe he's the Daedric imposter. Let's get him to like us. I should have done this before. Okay, tell me about your property in Nibene. My wife found what? I can't believe it. And you say it has my signature on the land deed. I don't understand how this can be. May I see it? Here, is this your signature? Why, yes, it is, but this is impossible. The signature is mine, but I've never seen this deed before in my life. The Daedra must have left it amongst my papers, or someone planted it there. I know this looks damning, but I've never seen this document in my life. Okay. What about Rumus? I do not know why Stanicus corroborated Caecalia's story. He was an able officer when he served under me. Little secret. I trust you, Imperial, but not that much. Not yet. Woman on the side. So, Caecalia told you about Disja, did she? I haven't seen Disja or heard her name in 3 decades. You say she left the city not long after I was incarcerated. I would dearly love to see her again. Do you have any correspondence you saved from her? If you have a letter you can give me, perhaps I can track her down. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, Tiberius Imbrex, would you do this for me? Here, this is a letter she once wrote me. I believe she had a sister in Stormhold, right across the border in Blackmarsh. We can't go there. If you do find Disja, please tell her I miss her very much. Don't tell her the state you found me in, though. I couldn't bear to have her see me like this. We met at the Argonian mission in Ebonheart on Vardenfell. Her eyes were her best feature, Tiberius Imbrex. They were like great crystal lakes in Sunmer. First emerald, then sapphire. I will never forget her. Little secret. Yes, you know about Disja now. She was a great comfort to me in the brief time that I knew her. I wonder where she is now and if she would recognize me. I would dearly love to see her again one day. Well, I'm gonna be honest. The signs aren't looking great for you. You're supposed to be an honorable and respectful man, and you're cheating on your wife. Not that that necessarily makes you an evil person. When it comes to the law, it kind of makes you a liar, which doesn't look good.
Happy to help.
I think we just returned to the Curia, and I don't know. I mean, I can't think of anyone else to talk to. I don't think you can. I mean, if she's actually in Blackmarsh, you can't go to Blackmarsh, so I don't know. I can't think of anyone else we could talk to about this, honestly. May I be of assistance? Balasa the Mead is simply swamped with work, and if you have a complaint to register, I can take your statement. What do you think about Casik? Oh, you're going to present General Casik's case. A fascinating one, to be sure. The old general has been protesting his innocence for 30 years, and he's still rotting in that dungeon. Holy crap, that's a lot of dialogue options. Okay. Narasa Varan said Casik was with her the night he was arrested and confessed to the Daedric story was a lie. But Caecalia Victrix says Casik was with his Argonian lover the night he was arrested. Yes. Wait just 1 minute. The 2 main witnesses against Casik say he was in 2 different places the night before he was arrested. Do you know what this means? Either one of them is lying, or somehow Casik was able to be in 2 different places at once. Or there really was a Daedric doppelganger. Astonishing, yeah. He could have easily technically been in both, but one's the actual guy and one's a Daedra, so. He said he was replaced by a Daedric doppelganger. He had the land deed for property in Nibene. Could this land deed be Casik's payment for his treachery? The general was not known to be a person of means or state, and presenting the land deed could be strong evidence for his guilt. He had an Argonian mistress. I mean, we basically told him all this stuff. That last one right here. The investigation is proving quite challenging. Keep digging around. Talk to everyone involved in the case. Have you spoken to his wife or his aide? Okay, yeah. Just wanted to see if anyone else knew anything. Okay, well. I was kind of on Casik's side at the beginning, but everything kind of just points to him being guilty. This is hard. I don't know if he's actually innocent or guilty. There being 2 different accounts of the night before, one with his Argonian lover and one without, makes it seem like there actually was a Daedric doppelganger. And it also makes me wonder if they arrested the Daedric doppelganger and not the actual general. Like, they arrested this one, and then whichever one it was, whether it's the Daedric or the real one, escaped maybe with his lover to Blackmarsh. If he did do it, Casik, I think it was done by the Daedric doppelganger and not the man himself. So if the person in jail is the Daedric doppelganger, then technically Casik is guilty, or at least this version that we've caught is. I don't know. My head's kind of spinning right now. I've received yet another letter from General Casik today. He continues to maintain his innocence. I have no idea how I'm supposed to get any work done when I have to wade through all his correspondence. Also, I know this is just environmental design. He had an orc skull in his cell. That sounds like Daedric stuff to me. Why else would you have a skull in your dungeon? All right, General Casik, I've agreed to file an appeal on his behalf. You intend to argue General Casik's case for him then? Curious, are you ready to make your arguments or do you need more time? I am ready to present his case now. Very well, the hearing shall commence. This court is convened to try the case of General Casik. General Casik is accused of crimes against the Empire, including dereliction of duty, conspiracy, and forsaking of his oaths. How does the defendant plead? He is innocent of the charges he is accused of and should be released. He is guilty of treason and should be executed. I mean, I don't know if he did it. I don't know if the doppelganger did it. We don't have any way to tell if that's the doppelganger or not. He's guilty of treason. Well, this is a surprising turn. Have you fresh evidence to present to the court? He confessed that the story about the Daedra was a lie to his wife, Narasa. I have a land deed for property in the Nibene Basin. General Casik was not a rich man and supposedly did not own any land. This land may have been his reward for betraying his oaths. I have a letter written from his lover, an Argonian. She may have convinced him to plan the attack on Blackmarsh. There were rumors of the general's improprieties, and this looks like confirmation of those rumors. Still, the letter alone is not enough to convict him. Have you any further evidence? The land deed. Highly suspicious. This land deed, in addition to the existence of the Argonian lover, are quite damning. The court will accept both the letter and the deed as evidence. Have you anything further to present? That's all I have to say. Very well, we must withdraw to consider this case. This court will be in recess for 1 hour. An hour passes. After considering the evidence presented, the court finds General Casik guilty of dereliction of duty, conspiracy, and forsaking of his oaths to serve the Empire. The penalty is death by beheading. For your service to the Empire, you are to be commended, Tiberius Imbrex. Please accept this token of our thanks. Tiberius Imbrex, just a moment of your time, now that we can speak in private. It seems like that after all those years and all those earnest entreaties that he was innocent, Casik turned out to actually be a Daedra. Oh, crap. After the execution, his body morphed into some kind of entity. He must have somehow deluded himself into thinking he was the real Casik to stay imprisoned for so long. If only we knew what happened to him all those years ago. Oh, shit. So it was the doppelganger. Mind blown. Okay. Yeah, what happened to the real one? Well, let's check out what the amulet does. Amulet of Advocate. Fortify speech 10, fortify personality 10. That's pretty good. Pretty good for Tiberius. He needs that extra personality and speech. Holy crap, man. This is some Legion quest in Old Ebonheart that you could very, very easily miss out on, and which I have for the last 6-7 years that Old Ebonheart's been out. That was a super freaking cool quest, and apparently it was actually a Daedra who, like, lost its mind and thought it was that general himself. I mean, assuming he left for Blackmarsh, the real one, it would be cool to see him there one day with his Argonian lover. But I kind of want to go talk to those people. I want to go talk to his wife, see what she has to say about it. And I want to go talk to the Legion commander as well. I just want to see what they have to say. Casik. I heard an astonishing report that when General Casik was executed, his body became that of a Daedra's. If so, whatever happened to the real Casik? That's... I want to know. I don't know. I'm still coming to grips with what happened to Casik. It just seems so unbelievable. Anyway, was there something I could help you with? After his execution, his body changed to that of a Daedra's. It's all so horrible. How long was he like that, I wonder? I don't know. I'm at a loss for words. That quest is awesome.
Get on with your job.
I guess we should report in, right? Did you solve Casik's case? Yes. Thank you, Tiberius Imbrex. Here's some gold. 100 gold. Thank you. That'll pay for basically nothing. But we're not doing it for the gold. Word of your accomplishments has spread fast. You are ready for advancement, am I? Nice. You are a good soldier, Tiberius Imbrix. I'm proud to give you the rank of Knight Bachelor. Ooh, single and ready to mingle. And this helmet and bracers. Orders. Oops. I did not mean to click that. I meant to ask about Casik. Just force a habit. When Casik was beheaded, his body reverted to that of a Daedra's, so the doppelganger must have replaced the general at some point. I wonder what happened to keep the Daedra trapped in the dungeon for so many years. I fear we will never know what happened to the real Casik.
You seem like very good
I
company.
guess not. Let's put on our new Templar armor. I liked our other helmet better, but it does look pretty freaking cool. I feel like I just need to say how awesome Tamriel Rebuilt's quest devs are. That's one of my favorite quests I think I've ever done. Anyways, if you've made it this far and enjoyed this content, consider liking, subscribing, or possibly hyping up the video if you have not already, as it does help the channel immensely. Other than that though, thank you for watching and peace out.